Welcome to this early access preview of the Iowa DLC for American Truck Simulator. The Iowa DLC is set to release in a couple of days from when I'm recording this, which will be on Thursday, July 10th. So it's pretty exciting for me personally, as I have spent so much time in Iowa as a real-life truck driver. So this is just like with Arkansas, and even more so with Missouri, over Arkansas, and Iowa more so than Missouri. So this is really going to be exciting for me personally. So let's take a look at where we're starting. Columbus, Nebraska. And I have booked this load of RVs going to Davenport, Iowa. And I want to take a side trip over here to the Iowa 80 truck stop, because how can you not? It is the largest, as far as I know, still the largest truck stop in the continental United States. And the original Iowa 80. There's another Iowa 80 truck stop in Joplin, Missouri, which is modeled in the game here in Joplin. But Iowa 80 up here near Walcott, Iowa is the original. So let's get started. We've got this load, excuse me, we've got this load of RVs going to a, where's it going to? The Wanderlust RV dealership in Davenport. So let's get going. I cannot wait to cross over into Iowa. On the other side of, well, that was close. A little tight here. On the other side of Omaha, we'll cross over into Iowa at Council Bluffs. Now, I want to remind you that this is, of course, an early access copy. I am running in compliance with the requirements of this early access. I have no mods installed. So this is base game and clean, no mods. It's still pretty awesome. I did look for a load out of Omaha and Lincoln and could not find one. At least not one going to Davenport or Dubuque. Dubuque would have been my second choice. I wanted to go to Davenport because it is a drive completely across Iowa, and we're going to have a chance to stop, or at least drive through the Iowa 80 truck stop. See, so this trip is about 7 hours, not including any stops we make. And you may have noticed I don't have my camera on so that you can see the entire view screen without my mug on it. I can pick up the speed a bit. Now, let me go back and say I did find loads going to out of Norfolk, Nebraska, and Omaha, but they were super heavy, like 77,000 pounds and such, and this truck just really isn't set up to handle that. I do have a 600 horsepower motor in this truck though, So I could have pulled it, but man, it would have really struggled. Got the leans there. Guess I need to slow down on some of those. This is not a World of Trucks load, so I'll have to watch my speed. World of Trucks loads, of course, are limited to 65 miles an hour in American Truck Simulator. We need to work our way to Interstate 80 East. I believe this is the outskirts of Omaha. 80 East, downtown. East to Des Moines. I think right here we would have been forced to exit. I don't believe we could have continued past this on this particular road. Could be wrong, but we'll find out shortly. Right. Here it is. Coming up on Council Bluffs. That is the Missouri River. Think about that for a second. And we are in Iowa. And we've just discovered Council Bluffs. I didn't see a Welcome to Iowa sign. That exit we just passed takes us, you'd be able to turn left at the top there. And there's a truck stop over on the left. There's a couple of them actually in real life. Coming up here in real life, I don't know if it's modeled yet. We'll find out. Yeah, right over here, I guess it's not. There is a train yard for unloading intermodal trailers. I just remember seeing that every time I came this way. Remember these curves where the freeway would turn northeast up here, kind of like a dog leg setup. And then we're going to turn back to the east coming up. I remember this. There is an exit coming up. I don't know if this is the right one or not. Let's see what the road sign says. 71. I think this is it. If you go north out of here, which I have done in real life, it goes up. It's a nice drive, and it goes through a town that's famous because it was the I think the childhood home of a famous actress from the 1930s, 40s, 50s. I cannot remember her name, but she was in. She was the wife of Jimmy Stewart's character in It's a Wonderful Life. If you can remember her name, or if you know her name, leave it down in the comments below. I believe we're coming up on, yes, that wind turbine vane at the rest area. That's there in real life. And that was the original teaser photo, or it was in the original teaser photo, just before they announced Iowa last year. Or I should say just before they officially announced Iowa. So that is that rest area. Now up here, it's got me going straight. So we're going to go on I'll show you on the map. We're going to follow the 235 on the south side of Des Moines. I never went that way in real life. I always followed Interstate 28 or Interstate 80 around. So let's do that, because that's in keeping with what I did in real life. Almost didn't make that. So we're just crossing over Interstate 35, which comes up from Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Missouri at Kansas City. So that'll be you'll be able to drive that route now. So this is where Interstates 80 and 35 merge, and they'll be merged until a little ways up ahead. 35 will turn off and continue north to Minnesota, well, northern Iowa, and then later Minnesota whenever that DLC comes out. Well, this is the way that I went, I don't know, dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Couldn't tell you the name of that river, although I'm sure I've seen the sign before. I wanted to say hundreds of times, but I don't think it's hundreds. I don't think, yeah, this is not the turnoff to stay on Interstate 35. I believe it's up ahead further. Yep, it's up ahead further. Yep, that'll be the way to go later to get to Minneapolis and points north once the Minnesota DLC comes out, and that hasn't even been announced yet. So you would be in that left lane there to go north on Interstate 35. I guess I could be in the right lane, eh? Now coming up a little ways in real life, I don't know if it's for real. Whoa. Guessing we're not going to see it, but in real life there'd be a exit up here, and then there'd be a truck stop, big truck stop. I went there a lot, so I'm a little disappointed that I don't see it. Harvester. That's the thing in Iowa. There is a, well, that was a grain harvester, or a harvester with a grain header on it. In reality, there's more corn than anything, I think, in Iowa. I used to joke that Iowa is just one big cornfield. In a similar way that Kansas, I always thought of as one big wheat field. Tell you that the downside to this for me, I mean, I at the beginning I talked about how excited I am about being able to drive here and relive some memories. The downside to that is, man, I miss doing this. Except in the winter. Winter was no fun in the upper Midwest. Pretty much anywhere in the Midwest. Remember some pretty ugly snowstorms in the Midwest. Coming up on Iowa City, I think. Or was that it? Let me look on the map quick. I know that wasn't it, so we're coming up on it. Yeah, I picked up a few loads in Cedar Rapids. And Iowa City. One of the loads I picked up here in this vicinity was, what was it? refrigerators or, well, appliances anyway. Because one of the towns we just passed at the previous exit was Amana. Actually, the name of a town. But that's also the name of a brand of appliances in the U.S. A truck stop that I doubt will be modeled is coming. It would be coming up shortly. It'd be on the right side. That's a place that I used to go to frequently because one of the things that I indulged in out on the road was chicken gizzards, deep fried chicken gizzards. And there was it's obviously not modeled because we would have passed it already. Even had the phone number for the place, and I would call ahead and place an order just because I could. We are coming up on Walcott, Iowa, home of the Iowa 80 truck stop. Up there on the left. Big old signs. It's not the correct sign, but it's what they do. Oh, I saw something. And yeah, there's a truck stop over here too in real life. Looks like we can't go to it though. And I've been there a time or two. I don't remember why I went there, but there's actually 3 truck stops here that I'm aware of. The Iowa 80 up here on the right. That one back behind us. And there's another one up on the left. One on the left is a Pilot Flying J. And the Iowa 80 truck stop is a Petro. Or no, TA, my bad. It's a Travel Centers of America. That's the car exit. Now, one of these buildings up here on the left is actually a museum. Truck museum, or trucking museum. This looks an awful lot like I remember it. I would, if I needed fuel, I would drive back here like I am now. Yeah, that big tank is there in real life, although it has different markings on it. The greatest SCS truck station, is that what it says? Stop. Anyway, it would pull into one of these fuel islands. Oh look, they got a blue beacon. Yeah, there's always a fuel island out of service at these places, it seems like. Now I don't need fuel, so we're just gonna keep on going. As you can see, they have a lot of parking. And this one is exceptionally large inside. It's actually 2 levels in real life. This looks like only one. They've got all the it's got all the normal amenities that you'd have at a big truck stop. You know, bathrooms, showers, laundry facilities, and in this case they have a huge store for trucks. They've also got a chiropractor. I actually went to the chiropractor here once. Needed a kink pulled out of my tail. And they've got a dental office in there. A place you can go to get a DOT physical. In case you need to renew it while you're out on the road. Hopefully when we get mods installed, especially real companies, hopefully this will be branded properly. Over here on the right, this is a Pilot Flying J in real life. Greatest SCS truck station. That's what it says. It's the truck acceleration lane. It's pretty long. Then you're expected to, well, you'll have to, but you're expected to use that to get up to speed. And then you have to move over. So, oh. What the heck? Like we'll be doing a cloverleaf up here. I didn't think we could continue going that direction. Let me check the map real quick. Oh, so it goes a little ways. Okay. Yeah, right here is the Mississippi River, so there'll be a big bridge there. Like we'll be able to go that way once we get to the cloverleaf here. I guess he wasn't really going that way. this road eventually, in real life anyway, not eventually, but I mean up ahead, we'll cross the Mississippi River at the Quad Cities. And that's kind of, if you look at the little mini map there in the lower right corner, or that bridge up ahead, that goes over the Mississippi River also. And this will be part of the Quad Cities. Look, there's a viewpoint up ahead. Davenport. I think if we turn in here, yep, there it is. Davenport. Now, I'm not familiar with the history of Davenport, but it is a river city on the Mississippi River. And the Mississippi River is a huge transportation hub. I mean, method or whatever. And I have been here to pick up loads. I don't remember what I got though. I want to say flour, but I can't say with certainty. We're almost to the delivery. So this would be a good time to remind you, if you haven't already done so, put the Iowa DLC on your ATS wish list. So you'll get a notification email from Steam as soon as the DLC releases, which of course will be on Thursday, July 12th. Or 10th, my bad. July 10th. Also, if you're enjoying this video, Hey there. Yeah, that happens in real life too. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And then hit the notification bell so you get notified of all my videos and live streams. I live stream almost every week. And this week, I will be doing 2 live streams on release day, July 10th. Noon Pacific and 6 p.m. Pacific. And both of those live streams we're planning to do convoying with members from my Discord community. So if you have an interest in being in future convoys that are live streamed or even not live streamed, consider joining my Discord community. Link in the description below. There it is. There's where we're going. That's not a very good angle. Oh, what happened there? Somebody hit a no, there's not a fire plug out in the middle of the street, so something else is going on. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, I have to back into the garage there. Okay, we can do that. But in order to avoid a blindside back, and I have lots of room, so I'm gonna swing around like this. And do a standard back. And there we are. 429 miles. Let's have a look at the map real quick. So, we picked this load up in Columbus and then drove all the way across Iowa to Davenport. And we visited the Iowa 80 truck stop. So, Iowa will be out Thursday, July 10th. Make sure you put it on your Steam wish list. And that is going to do it for me on this video. So, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one or the live streams that are coming up this weekend. I'll be live streaming this week I have 2 on Thursday scheduled. Nothing on Friday, and then Saturday. Thanks for riding along with me in this Iowa Early Access